enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to All Around Town Radio.
Working for the weekend, and I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man on there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest band info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio show. The All Around Town Radio.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the program today. What a quick fade out that was. Boom. There we go. Welcome one and all. Let's see who's checking in today on the old YouTube channel. First up is The Wanderers. That's Glenn. Thanks, Glenn, for being here. Kevin Cooper in the house. What's up, Kevin Cooper? Hi, Marie. Casey Gomez in the house. How you doing, Casey? Good to see you. Jim McCarthy. He says, hello, music fans. Mike, how are you? Hall Maniacs. Yes. Hall Monitors, maybe. I don't know. Welcome, Mike from the Whammies. Thank you for being with us today. Who else we got out there? Gina McCann in the house. The lovely Gina McCann with the voice like butter and cayenne pepper. Steve Downey, how are you? Rick Kern in the house. How you doing, Rick Kern? Howdy. Welcome to the broadcast today, or whatever they call it, a stream. I'm too old for that. I'll call it a broadcast. Welcome, Chris Thompson from Uncle Rico. We're going to be talking about them in a little bit. Got a chance to catch some of their stuff on Friday. Yes, Rob Paisley on the YouTube channel. Scotty Long, how are you? Yes. We did get to enjoy the hottest Cincinnati local rock band there over the weekend. That was fun. We had a great time. We did, and we're going to talk about it here in a minute. Expect you to chime in on it when we're talking about it there, Mr. Scotty Long. You were there. Johnny Fink in the house. Speaking of Cincinnati musical royalty, between Rick Kern and Johnny Fink here today. I don't know how to act, man. I got the good guys on with me as always. Mark is in the house. Simple Days is in the house. How are you? Thank you for being here. Steve Stein from the Bee's Knees and the Times and whatever else Steve Stein's into. He does a lot of stuff. Chris Vince, how are you? Thank you for joining us today. Eric Sears from the Kevin McCoy Band is in here. We're chatting about them as well. You saw some of our pictures today on the page. You know, we had a big weekend of music. We did. Hi, Rachel. Thank you for joining me today. Good to see you. Haven't seen you in ages. Hope you're doing all right. Bill in the house. Got to see him on Saturday. We'll chat about that too, Bill. And Rooster Fries. Finally, I get you back on here. Where you been, man? You hiding out? Rooster Fries in the house from Rooster Radio down in Hamilton, Ohio. Hi, Tom. How are you? Thank you for being with us today. Greetings to you. Jim McCarthy in the house. Yes. Oh, well. Gina posted or painted. What did she do? Pointing out the lights out video from Wednesday at the Bell. Yes, that was fun. And hello, Steve Short. Well, thanks for being with us today, guys. We're going to get started here with our weekend update, as we like to call it. And if you saw somebody play over the weekend, you didn't get it posted in our little forum there that we called for action on this weekend, please let us know who you saw play out over the weekend and who you enjoyed and who wowed you with their music. A lot of great shows went on over the weekend, one including Rick Kern's, the Eagles Project. They were playing at JD Legends on Saturday. Saw the videos from that. Super talented and fantastic group there. And, of course, quite a few others out there this weekend that we just couldn't get everywhere. Really wanted to see White Knuckle Weekend as well on Saturday. Didn't get a chance to catch their show, but we've caught them before, and we'll catch them again for sure. And thank you Thank you, Dewey. Yes. Yes, I am. It's worse today than it was Thursday. I'll tell you that. But it's a matter of getting healing up. When you take a large object like me and you fall and hit the floor, it tends to cause problems. So, yeah, still doing all right. The knee is giving me trouble. I tried to go to the gym today. Only got about 20 minutes in on the old treadmill and said, "That's enough of that." It's enough of that. But did some other stuff, so it was fun. All right, what else we got going here today, people? How you doing? How is everybody on this Monday? We had a gorgeous weekend. Great times. Enjoyed ourselves out there. The weather was perfect for live music. And John Hayes in the house from Uncle Rico as well. We're going to talk about him, like we said, here in just a minute. John, yeah, let the bodies hit the floor. Let this big body hit the floor. At least my dog was concerned about me. He came running when he heard me crash and scream and everything else. But for those of you wanting to know that we're here on Thursday, I did replace the dog gate that I tripped over, and it is Amazon one-day delivery, and it's up and running again for me to trip over again. So there we go. Yes. How about that? So, yeah, if you saw some people play, please drop it in the comments. We'd love to hear from you today. But I want to talk about some fun stuff with live local music and the support of the venues and bands that bring it to you right here at All Around Town Radio. So we've got the people live, and I want to talk about last Thursday. Now, viewership on Thursday has been a little bit down. I think it's the weather that's hurting us maybe, but viewership down a little bit. We had 3.2 thousand views on the Thursday show. We like to hover up there in the 4,000 range, but, that's still not bad. And who knows how many people go look at the printed list and all that. So we have no way really to track the hits on that one. So we appreciate you supporting that one. It's brought to you by Froggies every week. Froggies has been with us a long time. We're going to talk about them a little more in the end of the show today because we spent some time at Froggies. But I'll take 3.2 thousand. I remember when I used to like to have 100 views. So we'll take that. We will. Don't forget, guys, if you haven't yet, and this is hugely important for the hater family out there, All Around Town Radio, as we like to refer to it. If you will, please go to our other avenues and follow them. Hit us up on the tube of you and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because in the event something would ever happen to the Book of Face, and I'm seeing it more and more often for musicians that, they're getting nailed with violations. We get notifications quite a bit. There's a lot of scams out there, a lot of hackers, a lot of cloners, and all those things. So, if anything ever happens to our Book of Face, we will be going on the tube of you as well. And you can follow us on Instagram for just fun pictures of the shows we attend and this and that. So follow us there too, if you'd like. And today, before we get into our weekend, is National Nylon Stocking Day. Yes, that's it. So if you want to go rob a bank, put a nylon stocking over your head, please do. Or for you ladies who still wear the nylon stockings, as they used to refer to them, hose, I guess. There you have it. And also on a more serious note, it is National Police Memorial Day. And our thoughts and prayers go out to those police officers in our country who have lost their lives protecting our freedoms and protecting all of us as well. So we appreciate that and them. I have a lot of Leo friends that I worked with over the years. And that we'll leave it at that because, they have a hard job. Who would want to take a job like that? I think somebody posted that on our page even today, or my personal page, about, hats off to the folks who certainly would have done that job and signed up for it, because it's a hard job. It is. So National Police Memorial Day today as we move through this Monday. And no, Jim McCarthy, I am not wearing mine. Thank you very much. Today is not my day to dress up that way. No. Yeah, and I agree, Kevin. Lots of things happening on the Book of Face that lead me to believe that someday I'm just going to turn mine on and it's going to say, you've been kicked off. So, or we're going to, somebody will take over our page. There's just, they can't keep up with all the crap that's going on out there. It's interesting. So don't forget, guys, too, to send us your ideas for Hot Topic Tuesday. We'd love to hear from you. We'll give you a topic tomorrow morning for that. We do not have one yet today for tomorrow's show. And we would love to do that. And yeah, I don't know that it's dying out yet, Rooster Fry. I wouldn't call it dying out. It's still the only game in town to get a big viewership, unfortunately. And that's the hard part. But we'll see. We'll see where all this goes. We will see. It's a big expense to run a platform like that. And when you're not making a lot of money at it sometimes and they're laying all the people off and things, it could get interesting. So see what shakes out. All right, let's talk about this week in music. That's what we're here for. Welcome to All Around Town Radio's Weekend Update. Guys, your number one source for live local music news, bands, venues, and more. And this is the bands, venues part. So let's chat about it. This week in music for us. We started out on Wednesday night. My music. This was recorded music. Name That Tune that I host on the patio at Heather's. Remember last week when I told you on this show, I said, we had 180 people that past Wednesday, and it'll probably double. Well, 38 teams and 290 players. I wasn't wrong. On the patio at Heather's. Amazing. Almost a complete sellout. Had just a couple seats left in the venue. She can push 325 in there roughly. And we were right on it. So please get those reservations in if you want to play this week. You want to be there with your team or friends. Standing reservations certainly are going on. If you have one already and you know it's there weekly, make sure you tweak your numbers. If you have a number change on that, it'll help us get the room set up. So yeah, I love it. I'm blessed on Wednesday nights with the crowd that comes to that. That's our 5th season of Name That Tune. We had a blast last week, had a round of Still Rock and Roll to Me round, and it were songs that had rock and roll in the title, and threw a few obscure ones in there, like not just rock and roll songs. So it was cool. We had a good time. So thank you to all the players that showed up and everybody who enjoyed that evening. So Thursday, I took my famous fall that y'all heard about last week on the show. So I did not go out Thursday night because I was stoved up, and tried to hobble around all weekend long, and did. And we had a great time this weekend, actually, with a lot of wonderful music. And by the way, before I forget, let me just wish, we weren't on the air over the weekend, obviously. So let me wish all the moms out there a very happy Mother's Day, the ladies with the most important job in the world. And we thank all the women being part of our programming and our music community as well, and raising all these musicians, because that ain't an easy task. No siree. All right, Friday night. Let's hit it up. Let's see what's going on. What do we got here? Comments coming in by the dozens. Thanks. Keep the comments. Yes, porta potties are at Heather's. Yay. Thank you. Yeah, because when you're at capacity there, the restroom line can be a bit long. It can. And Heather knows that. She works on it every year. But so at least now we've got the opportunity to alleviate that a little bit. Send the gentlemen to the porta potties and the ladies go inside and use the nice potties. How's that? That works well. And what else we got here? Glenn checking in with busy nice. I'll deviate at Rick's and don't tell Steve at Jim and Jack's. Yeah, it's hard to be everywhere. It is. I get it. Greetings, Dave Wade. Good to have you with us, Mr. Dave Wade. Speaking of deviate. And Deviate's got some fill-in folks playing this month. And I'm not sure. I don't have the inside scoop on that. People keep asking me what went on with Deviate. And I don't know. I just know that Aaron Thomas has been filling in a little bit. Steve Krakus has been filling in here this month. And that's all I know. I do know they're having a big 15th birthday party for Deviate, though, at the end of the month. You can find that on their page and check it out. Hello, Quentin from New York City. Hi, Carrie. George Orr in the house from Rockstar. Jim says, nice outcome. Thank you. And greetings, Jeff Morris. Greetings. And Kevin said, a long line at Heather's for sure. Yeah, especially when you're the musician on break and you got to get in there. So let's talk about Kevin McCoy Band. Speaking of Kevin McCoy being on here. And, I love my Kevin McCoy. I love the band. I love the energy that these guys have. And just a great bunch of entertainers. And Kevin McCoy at Heather's on Friday night certainly did not disappoint anybody that came in there. playing some of Kevin's originals, such as Moonlight, Blue Collar, Our Town, some of my favorites there, and many, many more. The Lights song? Yeah, it's the name of it's slipping me now. Isn't that terrible, Kevin? But Kevin McCoy singing lead and playing acoustic guitar, which they normally have turned down in the mix because they don't want to hear it. I don't know why they do that. But no, we love Kevin and his guitar playing. We love Lee Dixon on lead guitar. Catfish back there on the drums, killing it on the drums when the lights come on. Thank you, geez. And, I know that. I'm having one of those I hit my head last week moments. Yeah, when the lights come on. All those songs are available out there on all your streaming services if you want to check them out. They're also available here at All Around Town Radio, like Blue Collar, which I dearly love. Right there. That's Blue Collar. That's all you get of that one today. Well, maybe at the end of the show we'll play it. But a really cool crowd that night, 8 to 80 in the place. I mean, young kids, old people, and good stuff. Really rocking night at Heather's on the patio with the Kevin McCoy Band. Now, they are always such pro entertainers, and they're really favorites of the Springboro crowd up this way. People love to go see them. And when they play Mr. Burroughs, even on a Sunday, they'll pack the place out. And really a good bunch of guys. I will say I have to apologize. Lee Dixon probably isn't on here right now, but I'm sure Lee will be watching this a little bit. And thanks, guys, for tuning in today. We appreciate you being here and watching the show. I'm trying to say hi to some of you as it pops up on my screen. Lola, Jim Kilroy in the house. Thank you for being here. Who else did I miss? Carrie. Harlan Lee is in the house. Thank you, Harlan. So, yeah, and it's a good day to have a lot of people here checking in with us live today on the old channel. So, Kevin McCoy Band. I have to apologize. Lee wears in-ear monitors. And I probably killed him on Friday night when I came up and sang with the band. And I apologize for that, Lee, in advance here. But, I did get up and sing a signature song that I like to do with Kevin McCoy, and we had a lot of fun. And Scotty said Lee Dixon is the god on strings. Lee Dixon can play. He can play. And I don't know because I've not had it checked, Diana, but it's definitely damaged, but I haven't gone to, that's just me. I just don't go to the doctor for anything like that because if they put me in a cast, it really screws my world up. It does. So let me keep rolling here about Kevin McCoy, though. We got to see some great friends from Cincinnati. I did get up and sing, as I said, with the band, and that could have had something to do with my signature drink at Heather's called the Hall Pass. Little Jameson, key lime juice, and jalapeno wheels, of which I had several of, and enjoyed my night. So, like I said, some great friends there from Cincinnati. Got to thank them for the seats. Jenny, Roxy, all of them there for the seat. Got the chance to sit with them. I was flying solo that night. Mrs. Hall around town was battling the allergy thing, as she's been battling all weekend. So we're a hell of a pair. We are. But really had a great time at Heather's. And, and I got to say, I've got to say thanks to Kevin for always playing some songs I like when I come in. And all the recognition they give All Around Town Radio from the stage. I can't thank him enough for that. And Lee Dixon as well. What did you miss, Lee? I apologize to you on the air here for what you might have heard in your in-ears with me singing with the band the other night, because couldn't have been good. Couldn't have been good, but we had a big time. Heather got a few pictures of that are pretty funny, and always a pleasure. And I got a chance to keep Mrs. Sears company. And I got to say, this band is so vocally deep. I mean, Eric singing all evening, Lee singing all evening, Catfish taking some songs from the drum kit. Really, what a wonderfully well performed and great set that they do every time there's somewhere. So thanks to Kevin McCoy. And when they make it big and they're on the road, I'm going to drive their bus, just so you know. For sure. And Lee, love you, man. Thank you so much, too. Always giving All Around Town Radio a big shout out, and we appreciate that so much for the recognition there. So I've got to jump. We're running short on time, so I've got to get to my other stuff. And you guys keep posting who you saw over the weekend. And Yeah, I know. We've said that on the show, Glenn. Not supposed to go on stage because I'm not being paid to do the songs. I'm not. And certainly they wouldn't pay me to do the songs. But I was invited. Now, I that's my disclaimer. Kevin, you don't want me up there, don't invite me. And I won't come up because I would never do one of those bandioki storm the stage things. Never. There's Bill's lineup. I'll put that up there for everybody to see. Thank you, Bill, for what you got to see over the weekend. And let me move on. Friday night, I left there probably Kevin McCoy had 20 minutes left or something there, half hour left. And I was trying to get up to Mr. Burroughs, too, to see our friends from Uncle Rico. And got there for the last little bit of their last set. Had a great time with them, as always. And Uncle Rico, they don't play a lot. They don't play out as often as I would like to see them play out, but they're busy boys, all of them. And Mr. Burroughs Tavern is in the house. Thank you. And so we did. We went to Mr. Burroughs and checked out our friends from Uncle Rico, led by frontman Jimmy Bodish. Gosh, he's a good front guy. He's entertaining. He's crazy. And yeah, Dave, bandioki. That's what I call it. Many times. So Jimmy Bodish working the crowd like a champ, man. I mean, he could be a stand-up comedian, not only a singer, a good singer, but really knows how to work the audience. Along with Jay Grant on guitar, Bob Stumbaugh on bass, Stumbaugh, however you want to say that. John Hay on keyboards and Chris Thompson on the drums. And I won't mention the song that Chris Thompson sang. I'll just say it was a Prince tune and Family Hour was over at that point in time. But boy, can he sing it. He does a good job of hitting that high note with the magic pliers he does. Yes. Chris, it's very entertaining. Thanks for indulging with that one. We appreciate it. Appreciate it. So we're so blessed, first of all, guys, with the talent in this town and in this region, the tri-state, the talent of bands. And this is one of them. Uncle Rico, another one of those bands that just gets the crowd engaged, has a good time. They play cool songs you don't always hear, and quality musicianship. And like I said, Jim Bodish out front, he's a hell of a front man. And the band's doing it. They're always doing it. And anytime you get a chance to see them, make sure you check them out because Uncle Rico will make you smile and make you laugh, and you'll enjoy their music. And thank you, Mr. Burroughs Tavern, for that comment. Crazy fun band. Yeah, they had a hell of a crowd in there. I heard early, and I got there. Unfortunately, I got there too late. I should have come much earlier, but I was hung up in the Kevin McCoy world and loving my life there. And Marcy, if that's you, you know Kevin McCoy can suck you in too. So we had a great time with them. And this town is just full of so much talent. And anywhere you want to go on a Saturday night, you can find good musicianship happening out there. And hats off to Uncle Rico. Thank you for all those great songs. And also the guys who just come up and say hi and kind of appreciate what we do. I appreciate you very much for that. Cincy Local and Live chiming in there. So much talent in this town for sure. Got a chance to chat with them today, and a good talk. I had a good talk with them. I think we're going to be able to collaborate on some fun stuff with Cincy Local and Live here on All Around Town Radio. Jim saw Eyes Up Here twice, Friday at the Gano and Saturday at Trillions. Man, did you hear that, Kevin Cooper? Jim Kilroy, a twofer on Eyes Up Here. So that was our Friday night. Let me get to Saturday. And Diana said so much talent and everyone's playing out. I know. I want to be everywhere. I mean, there was 10 different shows I wanted to see Saturday night. And I missed my good friend Gabriel Sanchez at the Blue Note doing the Prince Experience. And, you know, I've seen him numerous times, but, you know, that was a hell of a show, I'm sure, because Gabriel always puts on the best Prince tribute you'll ever see. And missed that one as well. Missed the Eagles Project that night. So Saturday night, though, we did venture out to our sponsor, Froggies. And I got a chance to check them out. Let me see some more comments here. Yes. And yeah, Kevin McCoy, give him a shout out there, Marcy or Rick or whoever this is. And give them a shout out because they're playing Sunday Fun Day at Mr. Burroughs this week. And it's not Mother's Day, so get out and see some music Sunday. Because Sunday was reserved for the mommies. It was. Yes. And Mary said Saturday at JD Legends, A&T Acoustic she got to see. Okay. Was that before the, I think that was before the Eagles project, obviously. And you love the Pirates Den, Tom said. Okay, great place. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Hi, Sean Poole and Fucking Crazy. As it said, that's with a B, people. B. So let me talk about Saturday real quick. Sweet Sister Mercy. You know, the theme song, the Hall Around Town theme song.
Everyone enjoys getting out of
That
town.
one right there. The Hall Around Town theme song, written and produced, well, produced by Rob Nadler, but written, performed by Sweet Sister Mercy. We got a chance out to catch them at Froggy's. Froggy's took wonderful care of us. And what she said, it's Marcy. Rick doesn't know how to run social media. Poor Rick. Poor Rick. We love Rick. We do. But yeah. Don't ask him to run the social media, according to Marcy. I can imagine that might be a train wreck for you, Marcy. Just let him do what he does best. And that's run that old tavern and take care of people. He takes great care of people there. Yes. What do we got? Something else. A few more comments rolling in. So Sweet Sister Mercy, and like I said, Froggy's took great care of us. Danielle waited on us all night. She's wonderful. Fantastic bartender / server. Sweet Sister Mercy was amazing, like always. That edgy rock sound that they have was some of my favorite songs of all time. We were there the entire time. We were there before they started, and we were there after they left. No, it was a great night at wonderful Froggies down in Monroe. And let me just get, if you haven't seen Sweet Sister Mercy, and yeah, we're going to mention him, Rick. Thank you for stealing my thunder on that one. No, I agree 100%. What do we got here? Why did my iPad just crap? My iPad's crapping out on me here. So there it is. All right. Scotty says, what a solid group of guys. So much talent. Yes. Every second of that show was amazing on Saturday night. And let me just give you, let me run a set. See, I got the set list. Now, I couldn't get Mickey or Mark to sign them without money for autographs, but I did get the set list. And the Down Boys, let's say we did Down Boys. We had some wonderful stuff in this first set, like Photograph. Oh, she's only 17. She's 53 now or whatever. Wait, Round and Round, Dead or Alive, Final Countdown, Home Sweet Home, and Kiss of Death in there, just to name a few. Came out of the second set with Mr. Brownstone. First song out, man. That's a vocally tough song to sing. Mark Robinson killing that. And Hysteria, gosh, we're not going to take it in their separate ways. Radar Love. I don't think they did Radar Love. I think they skipped that. Lay It Down. And then from the movie Rockstar, All Die Young. Man, that was killer. Mark did a great job on that one. And let me see anything in set 3 that jumps out at me that you guys would want to hear about. If you haven't seen Sweet Sister Mercy, I highly recommend it. Go like their page, follow them, and go see them somewhere. They're going to play a lot of festivals and events this summer. What else? Here I go again. Nothing. And Mark hit that high note. He did. Talk Dirty to Me. Turn Up the Radio. Good autograph song there. Rebel Yell. Forever Young. Inner Sandman. Just to name a few. And many others. And Brandy Evans, Mickey's wife, got up and sang a song with him. Did Kerosene by Miranda Lambert. They went country for a minute. Took it to the country, they did. But I want to talk about the band real quick before we go. Mark Robinson, unbelievable voice. Mickey Evans, great. I mean, fantastic guitarist, good voice as well. I mean, he gets up there and sings his ass off. Vinny, love Vinny on the guitar. He's the silent but deadly guy in the back corner. I mean, they kind of had Baby stuck in the corner that night, but Vinny was killing it and always great. And then they introduced me to 2 new members and the addition of Billy Pretty, Pretty, I'm not lying, on keyboard, who got out front and did a Skid Row song and really did a great job. And then, man, as everybody's talking about here with the drummer, Dave Wade mentioned him, Rick Kern. I'm going to tell you that Steve Bam Bam Ludwig These guys had not even practiced together. And this guy showed true professionalism. I mean, this guy is a pro. He stepped in there, obviously knowing their song. I mean, knows the songs they're doing. But they didn't miss a beat, literally, to coin a phrase. I mean, this guy is a beast. I'm telling you, Steve was a beast. And Billy killed that Skid Row song as well. But I got to talk about Steve, man. I was so impressed with him. And he was just playing like he'd played with these guys for 50 years. I mean, literally. And, you know, some of them look like they're 50. A few of them. No, great. I mean, Mark, Mickey, Vinny, Mark, the other Mark, yes, playing bass. And he's a pro as well. And then Billy and Steve killing it. A capacity crowd at Froggy's that night. Full house. Thank you to Stacy and Rich for the great care they took of our crew that night. We had a blast. And also the cookies. Stacy's doing cookies. They're good. Fix my diabetes right up. But yeah. And Jim said it never a rehearsal too. Yes. They had not had a rehearsal. And he hit the ground running literally. So what a great night it was with Sweet Sister Mercy. And they're a good bunch of people. And I mean, these guys went out of their way to write this theme song for my show. I never asked them to do that or any of that. They just did it on their own, produced it in the studio, brought it to me. It's fantastic. And they're just good people. And we appreciate them. And Bill was talking about 4 different singers in that band, not counting Brandy. Yeah. How about that? And Sean's got 106 shows for the year so far. Good for you, Sean. You're going to be busy. You are. And Scotty said they just met their drummer that night. Yeah, I mean, that's the cool part about great musicians is they can sit down and put on a show that wowed an entire room full of people, and that place was at capacity, and he nailed it. Now, I know he was in the Renegades, I believe, and you guys tell me the rest of the bands that he was in, but he did it. They all did it. It was a great show. And, you know, each and every one of those guys coming over and talking on the breaks, and had a great talk with Vinny. I hadn't had a chance to talk to him in a long time. It was great. So thank you, Sweet Sister Mercy, for the wonderful evening of music. And Jennifer was there as well. She says, amazing. And, yes, he used to be in Daddy Bandit with Rick for years. Okay. Thank you. See, that was that was when I was in Florida probably at that time, but awesome. And I can't say enough about their sound guy too. Did a great job dialing it in. The sound was right. The room was right. We got to see some friends of ours. Brian and Kelly Peters were there, if you know them from the Bell. And yeah, and there's Rick saying played with him in Daddy Bandit for almost 20 years. Well, Rick, he's an amazing player, man. And, you know, I think I've seen him before. I recognized him, but I don't know who I saw him play with. But he hit the ground running with these guys and really did a great job that night. I can't say enough about how impressed I was. And I kept looking back at Brandy, who was sitting at the table behind me going, wow, wow, wow. What a player. And yeah, and he his fills were right. The whole drum thing was, you know, it wasn't overplaying. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't that guy that shouldn't be in the band because he's the drummer playing outside the band somewhere. He's perfect timing. I mean, the band enjoyed him. You could tell they all had a great time and walked away from that show saying that was perfect. I hope they did, because it was perfect for all of us in attendance. And what do we got? Yeah, he had a good setup as well. His kit was nice looking. So that's all I've got, guys. If you have not yet gone to our page and posted who you saw over the weekend, please do that and tag the venues in it. Let the venues know you're talking about them too, because they're just as important. They're the ones that pay these artists. Rick, I hope you had a great show this weekend. Your Eagles Project show. I love that show, and I'm going to get to see it again this summer for sure. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there from Sunday. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow, Tuesday, with my lovely co-host, Karis. We'll be here passing on joy and judgment, as we like to say. That's happening. I'll be at Mr. Burroughs Tavern tomorrow night with Tuesday Quiztastic Trivia. And then Wednesday, Name That Tune. And we'll be doing Whatever Wednesday this week. We do have a band coming at you for next week on Wednesday with the Band. And if you've got a band out there that would like to be featured on All Around Town Radio's Wednesday with the Band, just like we had Visitor last week, you can send us a message. We'll be glad to hook you up with that and get you on the schedule. So wonderful. Billy says, hey, all. Billy from White Knuckle Weekend. They had a great show at Heather's this weekend, I'm sure. It sounded like a good party down there. And Rick, that's good to hear. That is good to hear. So I'm glad you had a good time at JD's. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We're done for the day. We've been running this thing now for about 35 minutes or so. We'll be back tomorrow at 5 o'clock with Hot Topic Tuesday. We're going to leave you with Kevin McCoy Band since we saw them over the weekend. Here is Blue Collar by Kevin McCoy. We'll see you next time, everybody. Bye-bye for now.
Burning a hole in my pocket. Well, it's a Friday. I got my baby. Yeah, I'm gonna smoke 'em if you got 'em. Did my 40 hours for some OT. This one's going up to you and me. Yeah. Here's to the blue collar, the back collar, stretching that dollar working class. The toughest nails, the roughest hell, work hard, play hard, and kicking ass. Ain't looking for no trouble, just getting right. Raising the bottoms up, y'all. Here's to the red, white, and blue collar. Got a hometown, a rowdy crowd, rolling up our sleeves, getting dirty. And guys like us, they're cutting up, and girls all know they're looking pretty. We fire it up when the sun goes down. The only rule we got is no jack. Stretching that dollar working class. The toughest nails, the roughest hell. Work hard, play hard, and kicking ass. Ain't looking for no trouble, just getting